Welcome to the deep dive. We take complex topics, stacks of info really, and pull out the key insights for you. Helps you get informed fast.
And today we're looking at Quant QNT.
Exactly. A name you've probably heard buzzing around, especially when people talk about blockchain interoperability, that big challenge.
Yeah, it's a huge one. Quant's vision is pretty bold. They call themselves the Internet of Blockchains.
Right. The core idea is letting all these different blockchain ecosystems, talk to each other, share data seamlessly.
No more silos. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And their main tech for this is Overledger. That's the key piece.
So our mission today is to really unpack Quant. We'll look at the tech, sure, but also the market, what's driving the price, and importantly, what experts are predicting for, say, 2025 and beyond.
And we should mention the crypto market. It moves incredibly fast. So price points, they can shift.
Good point. Recently, we've seen QNT bouncing around maybe the low $100 up to $130-ish. But yeah, check the latest figures. Okay, let's get into it.
So Quant's core identity, why Internet of Blockchains?
Well, think about it. You've got thousands of these blockchain projects, right? Powerful stuff. But most are like walled gardens, closed ecosystems.
Yeah, they don't naturally communicate.
It's like having apps on your phone that just refuse to sync or share data. It's messy, fragmented.
Exactly. And that's the problem Quant targets. Their solution, Overledger, it acts like an operating system.
An OS for blockchains.
Kind of, yeah. It lets these different chains interoperate, so users can move assets or data between them without needing some central middleman.
Okay, that's useful. But I heard Overledger does more than just connect blockchains to other blockchains.
That's right. And this is where it gets really interesting for businesses. It also connects blockchains to traditional networks.
Like the actual internet protocol, TCP/IP, or company databases?
Precisely. No. So a company doesn't have to rip out its existing systems to start using blockchain benefits across different networks. That's a potential game changer for adoption.
And the QNT token fits in how? It's not just for speculation.
No, it has direct utility. You need QNT to access and license the Overledger tech. Think of it like a software license key.
Ah, okay. So demand for the token is linked directly to how much the platform is actually being used.
Exactly. It's tied to adoption.
So what makes Quant stand out beyond the tech itself?
Well, a big part is that enterprise focus we mentioned. Overledger was built for businesses.
Making it easier for them to jump in.
Right. Plus, there's the tokenomics. A fixed total supply, only 14.6 million QNT ever. That creates scarcity.
Limited supply, enterprise focus. What else? Partnerships.
Yeah, they've got some high-profile collaborations. Oracle, for instance. That suggests, real confidence from major players in the tech.
Okay, let's switch gears to the market right now. What's the current picture? Early August 2025.
So market cap has been hovering somewhere between maybe $1.3 billion and $1.7 billion. Circulating supply is just over 12 million QNT.
Add the price.
Been trading in the $103 to $118 range recently.
Yeah.
Roughly.
And it's been a bit of a roller coaster lately, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. There was that big pump. QNT shot up over 30%, went from around $103 to past $134.
And that was right after they announced Quant Fusion, this 2.5-layer thing.
Exactly. That news seemed to fuel the surge, but then...
Then it came back down, dropped over 10% pretty quick into July.
Yeah, nearly wiped out that big game. It really underscores the volatility, that's crypto.
So what are the chart watchers, the technical analysts saying?
Well, after that peak, the price formed what looks like a double top. It's a pattern that often suggests the price is hitting resistance, a ceiling.
Resistance around?
Around the $120 to $124 mark seems pretty strong. Below that, it's finding support places where buyers tend to step in around $103 to $116.
Okay, so the key levels are roughly $114, $116 for support and $120, $124 for resistance.
Pretty much. If it can't break through that $120, $122 soon with decent trading volume,
it might drop back to test that $114 support again.
That's the thinking, yeah. But if it does break $122 convincingly, the next stop could be back towards $128, maybe even $132.
And the moving averages, weren't they looking bullish in July?
Some were, yeah. The midterm ones showed good upward momentum, but more recently, it actually broke below its rising trend channel.
Which suggests
potentially a weaker climb rate, at least initially compared to before. The momentum might have stalled a bit.
Okay, let's get to the juicy part. Predictions. What are people forecasting for 2025?
All right, so Finance Phantom, one source gives a range. Conservative side, maybe $300 by 2025.
$300, okay.
but their more optimistic view goes up to $500, even $700 per QNT.
Wow, okay, that's a big spread. What about other analysts?
Changely has more detailed, maybe more cautious 2025 forecasts. They see an average price around $132.41.
Much closer to where it is now.
Yeah, with a minimum they predict at $127.02 and a maximum around $139.32 for the year.
So for August 2025 specifically, they're thinking.
Range of about $105 to $138, averaging $132-ish, so still quite conservative compared to that $700 figure.
A bit true. What's their take for 2025?
They're forecasting moderate growth too, a range of maybe $120 to $155.
Potentially hitting $155 highs, averaging mid-140s by year-end.
That's their outlook. Though they also note some conservative views still see it hovering around $110, $130.
So lots of variation in the short-term predictions. It really shows how different the methodologies can be, doesn't it? Technicals versus fundamentals versus sentiment.
Absolutely. But when you look longer term, beyond 2025, the picture gets, well, quite a bit bolder from some sources.
Like Changely, what are they seeing down the road?
They project significant potential. Average price maybe $194 in 2026, $282 in 2027, then a big jump to $849 by 2030.
$849 in 2030. Okay, and they go even further out.
They do. Their models stretch to $33,000 in 2040, and get this, over $60,000 by 2050. What about BitTrue's long term?
Also strong growth, but maybe not quite that high. They see averages near $200 in 2026, possibly up to $240, then maybe $200 to $275 in 2027, $300, $500 by 2030.
Still significant growth. And further out for BitTrue, potentially $1,500 to $4,800 by 2040. So again, big numbers, but a massive difference between, say, $4,800 and $33,000 from Changely for the same year.
Right. So putting it all together, what are the common threads? What's driving these predictions, even the more conservative ones?
It really boils down to a few core things. One, the growing need for blockchain interoperability. That problem isn't going away, it's getting bigger.
Two, the expectation of more companies, more enterprises actually using Quant's Overledger tech, real-world adoption.
Yep. And three, just a broader bullish sentiment around decentralized infrastructure tokens in general. The idea that the plumbing of Web3 will be valuable.
So it hinges on utility, on integration. Makes sense. Let's talk more about that tech. Overledger 2.0 is coming.
Right, that's the next major release. It promises better scalability, tighter security, and just a smoother experience for developers connecting blockchains.
The idea being you wouldn't even have to think about which blockchain your asset is on. Overledger just handles it.
That's the vision, like a universal translator for blockchains, making it seamless.
And that brings us back to Quant Fusion. You said it drove that price surge. What exactly is this 2.5 layer approach?
Okay, so think of layer ones like Bitcoin or Ethereum, the base layers. Layer 2 sit on top to help scale them.
Right.
A 2.5 layer, the way Quant describes Fusion, it sits sort of between or across layer ones. It's designed to connect multiple blockchains directly all at once.
And not just point-to-point bridges.
Exactly. And importantly, it aims to do this natively, so no need for complex wrapped tokens, those placeholders you often need now.
Which simplifies things and potentially reduces risk.
That's the idea. It also offers features geared towards institutions, like letting them choose their own validators for compliance, plus strong security and easier integration with existing IT.
So next level cross-chain magic is how they put it. Sounds ambitious.
It definitely is. Aiming for truly seamless enterprise adoption.
Okay, let's talk use cases. We know it's already used in finance logistics. Where else could Quant expand by 2025 or further out?
Well, that enterprise adoption piece is huge. Think healthcare, government services, energy grids.
Banks, financial institutions, supply chains seem like obvious fits.
Absolutely. They could rely on Overledger for managing digital assets, ensuring data integrity across partners, that sort of thing.
And what about DeFi, decentralized finance?
Big potential there too. As DeFi grows, the need to move value and information between different chains, Ethereum, Solana, BSC, Polygon, you name it, becomes critical.
Imagine DeFi apps just working smoothly across all those networks.
Quant wants to be the technology enabling that, breaking down the walls between DeFi ecosystem.
Okay, here's a further out idea you mentioned. Smart cities.
Yeah, think about it. Smart cities will have countless connected devices, traffic lights, energy meters, public transport, sensors, IoT everywhere.
And 5G making the connections faster.
Right. Quant could potentially act as the secure, interoperable layer connecting all these disparate systems and data streams, the digital glue, ensuring everything works together efficiently and securely.
Fascinating potential. But we have to talk risks, the broader picture, macroeconomics.
Always a factor. Big shifts in the global economy, inflation, recession fears, that impacts all assets, including crypto like QNT.
Sometimes investors flee to crypto, sometimes from it, right? It's unpredictable.
Exactly. And volatility is just inherent in the crypto market itself.
Regulation is another big one. Where does that stand?
It's constantly evolving worldwide. Clearer rules could boost institutional confidence and investment in projects like Quant.
But overly strict rules could obviously stifle innovation and growth.
Right. What's interesting with Quant, though, is they seem to be proactive, engaging with regulators, trying to help shape the framework.
That could be a smart long-term play and advantage.
Could be. Then there's market sentiment.
Yes. News cycles, social media hype, fear, greed.
It all plays a huge role in crypto prices. Very sensitive to perception and, well, herd behavior sometimes.
Okay, competition. Quant isn't the only one trying to solve interoperability, right?
Definitely not. You've got major players like Polkadot, Cosmos. They're well established.
How does Quant differ from them primarily?
I'd say the key differentiator remains that enterprise focus. Polkadot and Cosmos are maybe more focused on the foundational protocol level, connecting new chains being built on their ecosystems.
Whereas Quant is more about connecting existing chains and integrating them into businesses.
That seems to be their main angle, yeah. Making it easier for corporations to plug into the blockchain world across different networks gives them a specific niche.
But new competitors are popping up too. You mentioned Bitcoin Hyper.
Yeah, that's an interesting emerging one. A layer 2 built directly on Bitcoin, aiming for similar, fast, seamless cross-chain stuff.
And it's getting attention. Whale buys.
Apparently seeing significant interest, yeah. Those large whale buys during its pre-sale suggest some investors see real potential there, adding to the competitive pressure.
So summing up the risks for anyone considering QNT?
You've got the market volatility for sure, potential delays in scaling the tech if adoption happens too fast, intense competition, both old and new, and of course Quant's fate is tied to the overall health of the crypto market.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Key takeaways.
I think Quant has carved out a really unique spot. It's tackling a critical problem, connecting blockchains with a strong focus on what businesses actually need.
The technology, Overledger, and the enterprise focus are the core strengths.
Right. And while those long-term predictions are exciting, with some analysts seeing massive growth,
the short term is much less certain, and the whole market is volatile. You need to understand both sides, the potential and the risks.
Absolutely. So maybe a final thought to leave people with.
Go for it.
If Quant or something like it succeeds in making the connections between all these digital worlds, these blockchains, as seamless and invisible as the internet is today, what does that really mean?
How fundamentally could that reshape things like traditional finance, global trade, how businesses operate?
Exactly. If the plumbing just works invisibly, what new structures get built on top? That's the really big picture question, I think.